Hello, everybody. This is Skip Elsheimer, and I'm pre-recorded because I'm driving to Wilmington, North Carolina, and going to be setting up for a film workshop where some grad students are actually going to get to handle film, get to do some direct-to-film animation, and actually scan the films, and then we'll watch some stuff. I pre-recorded a show because I'm traveling and I don't want to do a show while I'm driving. Maybe one day we'll figure that out. Today, these are a bunch of animated films from Prelinger Archives, and some of these aren't available yet, or some of these are not visible, and so I'm kind of premiering them. The first one is brought to our fine friends at Monsanto. This is Meet Mr. Money. Next is Man on the Land, who made this? It's UPA, who did Mr. Magoo among some other things. Then there's a civil defense film called Target U. And finally, Oil Can and Does. I don't know if I've shown this before, but it is awesome. And I probably would love to show it again. I couldn't find it in my spreadsheet, but it's so good. It is puppet animation, so it's really beautiful. What am I going to say? Oh yeah, thanks for watching today. I wish I could be there in person. I'm not going to be checking comments unless I'm taking a pit stop. But everybody have a great time watching the films. Please comment. Please like, subscribe. You can donate via the Super Thanks button. That is safe now, I've determined. You can go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us as well. But otherwise, there's a pretty good chance, I don't know if Friday, because I'm going to be driving back from Wilmington, that would be a tight day. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. Anyways, enjoy the show. Bye.
Monsanto Chemical Company presents Meet Mr. Money. He's a very important man in your life. He means a lot, not only to you, but to your family as well. He's always around when you need him most. And when's that? Not much question there. It's when you're sick or hurt, in or out of the hospital, during retirement, after your death. These are the times when either your expenses go up or your regular pay stops. The times when Mr. Money goes to work for you under your Monsanto Benefit Program. He's pretty busy, too, because there are 8 different plans in the program. Weekly sick pay, medical insurance, accidental dismemberment, life insurance, accidental death, retirement income, Social Security, and workman's compensation. All designed to pay you money when you need it most. You need to know one basic fact about Mr. Money. He's not a magician and can't pull money out of a hat unless enough has been put in by you and Monsanto. In reality, you and Monsanto are the ones who regularly give him the money to pay benefits when you need them most. Now, let's see how you can call on Mr. Money for help. Will virus knock you out this winter? Will your sacroiliac snap out of place in the spring? Will you need sudden surgery next summer? Will you trip on a toy and break a bone in the fall? And while you moan at home or in the hospital, who will help pay the butcher, the baker, the electric light maker? Mr. Money, of course, with weekly sick pay dollars that help replace your regular earnings. How long will you get them? As long as 6 months each time you're sick or hurt for a different reason. And what if you must go to the hospital? Don't worry. Mr. Money will take care of almost all the bills with medical insurance dollars. What will he pay for? Well, there's semi-private hospital room and board, $15 a day plus 80% of all charges over $15 for as long as 180 days. Hospital extra services, $500 plus 80% of all charges over $500. Surgeon's fees, based on a schedule with a maximum benefit of $300. Doctor's hospital visits, $5 a day up to $350. Maternity cases, $175 for hospital expenses, $100 for doctor's charges in normal delivery. X-rays and lab tests, out of hospital. Treatment by specialists. Private nursing care. Drugs and medicines. Mental cases, and many, many more. These benefits are payable through basic medical insurance or supplemental medical insurance or both. You can count on basic medical to pay almost all of your expenses when you're in the hospital. Supplemental pays off in the more serious or catastrophic cases that otherwise could eat away your life savings. Now, let's be sure you understand that Mr. Money doesn't pay the whole bill for everything. For some, he will. For others, he'll pay 80% or a flat amount based on a schedule. If your sickness is serious and costly, you pay a deductible of at least $50. But in that case, Mr. Money could pay you as much as $6,000 or $8,000 or even $10,000 in 1 year alone. And this applies to each member of your family enrolled in the plan. Let's get back to you. One of the worst things that can happen is to be sick or hurt so badly that you can't ever work again. Fortunately, it only happens to about 8 out of every 100 people. But if you're one of the 8, long-term disability can be mighty rough. Your pay stops after 6 months, yet your living expenses go on. What you need and what you get from Mr. Money is steady income to help replace your pay. After your weekly sick pay dollars are used up, he will pay you total and permanent disability dollars. How much will you get? An amount that's equal to your life insurance coverage. How long will it be paid? In monthly installments over a period of 5 years. And you can expect more. After 15 years' service with Monsanto, Mr. Money pays total and permanent disability dollars under the retirement plan. These payments last as long as you're disabled, not just for 5 years. Is that all? No. Mr. Money also pays total and permanent disability dollars under Social Security as long as you live. There's still another way you can get disability income. If you're hurt at work, you may collect workman's compensation dollars. Steady income isn't all you'd get from your Monsanto benefit program. You'd get free medical insurance for as long as 5 years. And if you lost your sight or a limb, you'd get anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 accidental dismemberment dollars. So you see, when you're sick or hurt, in a hospital or not, Mr. Money can work for you through many different plans. Most of you and your families will collect medical insurance dollars at one time or another. Only a few of you will ever be sick or hurt badly enough to collect total and permanent disability income dollars. But there is a very good chance for many more of you to get retirement income dollars from Mr. Money. This is certainly one of the times when you need him most. Figures show that 83 out of every 100 people will live to age 65. That's the latest you have to wait before you retire and get retirement plan dollars and Social Security dollars. It's the time when you can sleep till noon, lie in the sun, fish when they're biting, Work when you want to. Mr. Money has two kinds of Monsanto retirement plan income: basic and extended. First, basic income. You pay nothing and automatically get it if you have at least 10 years of service at retirement. Most of you will get $2.85 a month for each year of service. That means, for example, $85 a month after 30 years. Next, extended income. You and Monsanto pay for it, but only on your earnings over $1.73 an hour. For every $100 you put in, you get retirement income of about $2.75 a month. So your total take, with average earnings of $2.30 an hour, would be $130 a month after 30 years service. That would be your retirement plan dollars, payable at age 65 for the rest of your life. You'd get more with higher pay and more service, less with lower pay and less service. In addition, you would get Social Security dollars. You and Monsanto each pay an equal tax for Social Security, and it would add about $125 to your retirement plan income, or a combined total of $255 a month after 30 years service, plus about $60 a month more in Social Security for your wife. If you're the kind of person who likes to deal in big amounts, you can figure your $255 a month is worth nearly $46,000. That's the total you'd get from the Monsanto retirement plan and Social Security over a period of 15 years, the average life of men after 65. And women do better because they live longer. You don't have to wait until you're 65 before you retire. You can begin to receive retirement plan dollars as early as age 55 if you have at least 10 years service. And Social Security dollars can start as early as age 62 for men and women. In both cases, the retirement plan and Social Security, your income will be reduced if you retire early. This is because you would have fewer years of coverage and because you would get benefits over a longer period of time. When you retire at 65 or earlier, Mr. Money will still be on the job with free medical insurance dollars for you and your wife. Each of you can collect as much as $2,000 in basic benefits, and her coverage goes on even if you die first. This is the one event that none of us can avoid. It will happen to 100 out of 100, and it's the time Mr. Money provides dollars for your family. If you die after retirement, he'll pay up to $2,500 to your beneficiary. Less if you have under 20 years of service. And these are free life insurance dollars. Monsanto pays the entire cost. In addition, your beneficiary could get regular monthly retirement plan checks if you selected one of the optional forms of payment before you retired. Social Security also helps survivors with a $255 death benefit plus a life income to widows age 62 or over, or to a widow with children until the youngest is 18. You'll remember that 83 out of every 100 people will reach age 65. This means the chances of your dying before then are only 17 out of 100. If you're one of the 17, Mr. Money will have life insurance dollars for your beneficiary, generally an amount equal to about 1.5 years' pay, up to as much as $15,000. If your death is caused by an accident, Mr. Money will also pay accidental death dollars to your beneficiary, $5,000 in most cases. There's one other source of money when your beneficiary needs it most. It's a return of all your payments into the extended retirement plan, plus compound interest. In a general way, you've seen what Mr. Money can do for you and your family when you're sick or hurt, during retirement and after your death. Naturally, we couldn't cover all of the details here. Now, let's take a closer look and really meet Mr. Money. You'll recall that he is you and Monsanto. You and Monsanto are the ones who regularly give him the money to pay benefits when you need them most. True, he doesn't actually get the money from you and Monsanto. It is turned over to insurance companies, banks, even the government. Some of that money is paid out almost as fast as it's paid in. The rest is held, waiting for you when you need it most. But every cent you get is the direct result of contributions by you and Monsanto. Who pays most? Monsanto does. It pays all the cost of some plans and most of the cost of others. Here are the figures for just 1 year. $4.5 million from all of you. $20 million from Monsanto. A total of $24.5 million. While Monsanto does pay more than 4 times the total all of you pay, remember this. Your Monsanto benefit program dollars are possible only through your efforts in making and keeping Monsanto operations profitable. Such cooperation on your part is your very best assurance of continuing to enjoy one of the finest benefit programs in all industry. As a Monsanto employee, you have a lot of plans, a lot of benefits, all designed to give you money when you need it most.
Have you ever asked yourself what makes a country strong?
Good question.
How we've traveled so far on a road that was so long.
Here's the answer.
Oh, it's happened lots of everything we need. It's happened milk and vegetables and corn for the feed. It's happened wool and cotton and cattle for the meat, with 80 million acres growing solid with wheat.
But it takes more than that to make a country strong.
It's the finest of machinery and the power to work the land, the finest kind of man to do the job at hand. It's the freedom to sow, it's the freedom to grow, it's the freedom to travel where a man may want to go. That's what it takes to make a country strong. A man on the land who knows the right from the wrong.
Meet Larry Adams, an active partner in America's biggest business, farming. His success is based on a simple formula. Power means production. More power means more production. He takes his power for granted. It's always there when he needs it. Hard to imagine doing without it. It wasn't always there. The power that Larry Adams takes for granted represents ages of progress. And so does Larry Adams. Together, they tell the story of man's struggle to make the land and nature work for him.
Oh, we don't know for sure how the struggle began, but life was mighty hard for the prehistoric man. He had to feed himself and his family some way. Oh, none of us would be around enjoying life today.
This was one way of getting food. However, it had its drawbacks. The food supply wouldn't always cooperate. It was often a long time between meals. He had to find a way to get food when he wanted it. What he needed was more strength, added power, a weapon. Hi-ya! But even in those days, there were scoffers, people with 1,000 ways of saying no.
Why wear your arm out with that thing? It'll never work. There's only one way to get meat.
But man was not to be discouraged. Armed with a weapon, he became a hunter. As time passed, man improved his weapons. He became a skillful hunter. Too skillful. Animals became scarce. To stay alive, man had to migrate from place to place, always on the move. Not the sort of life a man would choose, but if he was to go on eating, he had to keep following the food supply. Maybe he did have a choice after all. Yes, he saw the chance to have a permanent home. Not the scoffer. He wasn't falling for any harebrained ideas. He'd go on wandering the rest of his life. But man and his family clung together bravely. Somehow they managed to survive. When spring came, their courage was rewarded. Man went to work building up his reward and made an interesting observation, which eventually led him to discover how plants grow. Seeds buried in the ground, water, and sun, germination, and growth. Little by little, man learned how to work the land. Later, he developed the first crude plow. Now he was his own master, no longer just living, but making a living. Man had become a farmer.
He passed the biggest barriers of that early day, with many a road to hoe as yet, but he was on his way. He had freedom to sow, to expand and to grow, and the man on the land knew where he was going to go.
With a dependable food supply, population increased. Families began living together in communities. These were the beginnings of civilization. Some men developed other skills. Trading began. The best farmer got the best of the trade, which encouraged him to produce more and better crops. But there was a limit to what he could produce with the available power. This led to another great discovery.
It'll never work. We've gone as far as we can go.
Man disagreed. In the centuries that followed, his inventiveness carried him much farther and much faster. He traded with other communities, with other nations. Wherever man brought abundance from the land and was free to trade, civilization advanced. Early civilizations arose and were succeeded by others. One of the greatest was the Roman Empire. When Rome fell, Europe entered the Dark Ages. Law and order gave way to force of arms. To survive, farmers had to buy protection from local warlords. The price was their freedom. The farmer was now a serf, lowest caste in the social order, no longer working for himself, held in bondage by the noble on the hill.
A man without freedom is a man bound fast. A man who is bound to the drudgery of the past. He don't dare speak up or call his soul his own. And the burden in his heart is like a load of stone.
For centuries, there was almost no change in the farmer's way of life. And yet, man kept alive the dream of freedom. Finally, word came of a new world where a man could be his own master. Many traveled the long road to freedom. It meant going back for a time to a primitive, dangerous life. But here they were free to speak, think, and worship as they wished. Here man had a chance to grow and get ahead, an opportunity that shaped the future of the American farmer. When his freedom was threatened, he refused to knuckle under.
He liked his independence and he wanted to be free, but they told him to be loyal to a land across the sea. So he wrote a declaration, then defied them all. He oiled his gun and waited for the trumpet to call. That's what it takes to make a country strong. A man on the land who knows the right from the wrong.
There were scoffers in America, too.
Hey, why do you want independence? Why don't you just do what they tell you?
The man at Concord chose independence. He fought and won. It was his land and worth fighting for. A land with a promise. For many a farmer, the promise led him off over the horizon. He kept pushing the boundaries westward as population increased. More people meant more mouths to feed, more land to feed them. The farmer needed more power, horsepower, horse-drawn machinery. Still, it wasn't enough. He doubled, tripled, quadrupled the horsepower until feeding his work animals took a large part of his land, labor, and time. His whole life was a race against time. At the end of the day, his energy was totally used up. He had to find another source of power. As always, the scoffer was on hand.
Ha! Who ever heard of plowing that way? Don't you know when you lick?
Still, the farmer kept trying. So did others. The patent office was bombarded with schemes and devices.
Oh, world's full of lunatics. You take those fellas over in Pennsylvania, punching a hole in the ground to get oil. Well, what good is it? You can burn it in a lamp, but that's all. They think that thing will run on oil? Probably tell you next, they'll put wheels on it and make it go. Suppose they think it'll pull a plow. It'll never work. The whole idea will blow up sky high.
Wrong again. Here, blowing sky high was power to revolutionize man's way of life. For the farmer, power to run the tractor, outperforming any number of work animals. And no crops required to feed it. A nationwide race began to meet the demand for oil.
North, south, east, west, they searched the country round. Wherever liquid power was hidden underground. Power enough for every need, power enough to last, power enough to build a future brighter than the past.
Hundreds of companies were formed, little and big, all competing for a share of the business. Machine manufacturers were also in competition to build cheaper, more efficient tractors and other kinds of farm machinery. Petroleum-powered vehicles of all sorts, trucks to haul farm products to market on roads converted from dust to asphalt by petroleum. As farms became more mechanized, more and more farm products flowed to market. Farmers cultivated many times more land. raised many times more crops per man acre than ever before. And over the years, everyone has shared in the benefits.
For progress is a stepping stone to a better life, and everyone can share it with the farmer and his wife. There's time to relax, to get around, and once more, time to do a better job than ever before.
Yes, time to keep up with the latest information from the county agent and land-grant colleges. The wide-awake farmer keeps improving his crops and stock. For there's keen rivalry among farmers. Each year they supply the public with better products, and they demand the same from the industries that supply them. More and better insecticides, weed killers, fertilizers, better lubricants to protect machinery against the wear and tear of friction, and continually better fuels. The demand for oil products keeps increasing. There are always scoffers.
You're heading for trouble. Pretty soon there won't be any oil left.
Wrong again. New techniques are even bringing old wells back to life. New fields are being opened up all over the world. New drilling methods to tap oil pools miles underground. Better refining. New techniques to conserve every drop of oil. As it has in the past, America's oil industry, made up of thousands of privately managed competing companies, will continue to supply the power we need. Power for the farmer to accomplish a job that's now worldwide in scope. For today, American food reaches half the seaports of the world, helping those nations whose future is linked with our own. The American farmer has come a long way in his struggle to make the land and nature work for him. But tomorrow promises even greater abundance. Abundance created by the free American man on the land in partnership with American industry and its power. Together, they will work to ensure our strength and preserve our climate of freedom.
You cultivate your freedom like you cultivate your land. You guard against its enemies on each and every hand. You keep yourself awake and you're ready to fight, to sacrifice the things you have for what you know is right. That's what it takes to make a country strong. A man on the land who knows the right from the wrong.
You are the target of those who would trample the liberties of free men. You are in the crosshairs of the bomb sight. An enemy is centering on you. You are a citizen of the free world, a citizen of the United States of America. You may live in an industrial city, perhaps in a great port city with its burdened wharves, a farming area with fertile fields and grazing herds, a mining region rich with vital ores and minerals. You are the target. Today, in the age of hydrogen weapons, evacuation from target areas is our best assurance of survival. But successful evacuation takes time. Wherever you are, take cover. Whether in a private home, in an apartment, or your place of business, or in a motor vehicle, take cover. Motorists should park cars to the side of the highway. A clear lane must be kept open for emergency vehicles, fire apparatus, ambulances, engineering equipment. Now, let's look at your home. Protect it at all times. Don't permit fire hazards to collect. Unused paper and boxes, oily rags and waste, useless broken household goods. Such inflammable debris is a fire threat at any time. Think of your home as divided into connected spaces. Attic, bedrooms, living room, and so on. Spaces in which your loved ones live. If you have an attic, this may be where your children play, snug and secure, but helpless, completely dependent upon you for their safety. The bedroom where an ill or handicapped member of your family may be. The living room where the aged or infirm, helpless as children, may look to you for aid. Plan and practice how to assist your family to a prepared shelter without loss of time. Plan and practice the turning off of all household appliances operated by gas or electricity. Simple insurance against some fires and explosions. If there is time, cover windows with blinds or draperies and close all outside doors, but don't lock them. Shut off the draft on coal or wood-burning furnaces and stoves. Hot coals or embers thrown about could set fire to your home. Ask your local utility companies for advice, then follow it, and tag the sources so that you can act automatically on the way to the shelter. If you have a basement, that is your best shelter against the outside wall closest to the probable point of detonation. Any high explosive force collapses a structure at its weakest point and may form a natural safe area. It is just common sense to use this area to build a lean-to shelter. This type is inexpensive and easy to build. The basement box-type shelter is stronger, larger, and more comfortable. Outdoors, you can build an earth-covered shelter which affords the best protection against blast, fire, radiation, and radioactive fallout. Detailed plans for these and other types are clearly described in the FCDA manual, Home Shelters for Family Protection. Your next step is to equip the shelter. Stock it with everyday materials with which you can face an emergency calmly. A battery radio, power may fail. Flashlights and spare batteries. First aid kit. A 3-day supply of canned and packaged food, bottled water and other liquids. A garden hose and indoor faucet adapter, or buckets of water and a stirrup pump. Water purification tablets. Blankets for your family. If you have this emergency shelf, enemy attack will not catch you unprepared. If attack does come, your practiced plan will pay off. Do not use your phone. It must be reserved for vital emergency messages. Clearly mark the radio dial setting at 640 and 1240 so that you can receive official news and civil defense instructions on the Conelrad frequency used in your area. Your life may depend on this. Train to give prompt first aid to the injured in your family, training that can serve you in any time of emergency. Train to fight small fires, know-how which may serve you well in any catastrophe. This is the plan to help you and others who need you, a plan to live, to work, and fight, as did your forefathers. Now, let's check the plan together step by step. Check. You practice fireproof housekeeping all the time. Check. You have some type of firefighting equipment to fight small fires, and you know how to use it. Check. You have canned and packaged food, canned milk, fruit juices, and water to last your family 3 days. Check. You know the Conelrad radio alert may be the first warning of enemy attack. Prepare to take shelter and obey instructions instantly. Check. your battery radio, and your auto radio have the Conrad stations clearly marked at 640 and 1240. Check. You have a civil defense first aid disaster kit, and at least one member of your family is trained in first aid. Check. Make sure your utilities are properly tagged for prompt emergency action. Check. Be ready to turn off all gas and electric appliances quickly, where advised by local utilities. Check. Cover windows and close outside doors as you take shelter. Check. If you are directed to take cover while driving, park in the first clear space so as not to block emergency traffic. Check. You have an emergency plan to get to shelter quickly and safely wherever you are. Check. You have taken training courses and read training pamphlets to prepare in advance against enemy attack. Check. You will not touch your telephone after attack. It must be reserved for critical emergency calls. Check. Study and practice your family action civil defense plan now. The plan for prompt action in the face of any disaster. Tornadoes and hurricanes. Fires. Floods or enemy attack. You will be prepared. You will know what to do instantly to help ensure the survival of you, your family, your country.
Those dateless days before the age of men, when scaly monsters prowled the steaming swamps, have left deep underground their own memorial, oil.
Oil. Oil. Oil's the subject of this film, and I'm the star, you see. Pete's the name, petroleum. You all have heard of me. But let's go back to olden times, so tedious and slow, before they drilled the first oil well some 80 years ago. Those were the days when groans and creaks were heard throughout the nation. Why, even Dobbin, with his squeaks, cried out for lubrication. buggy comes at 7 miles an hour. So clear the way. This buggy runs by motor-driven power.
But what is this? The buggy speed is rapidly decreasing. Aha, I see now what we need, a little job of greasing. That does it.
But oil has made some mighty strides in modern transportation. Today, petroleum provides both fuel and lubrication for motor cars and diesel trains and ships that cross the ocean, for motorcycles, buses, planes, all kinds of locomotion. But petroleum has other uses. So just let me show you a few of the wonderful things it produces, the marvelous deeds it can do.
Now suppose we take up the matter of soap. It's in every cake, and we eagerly hope all the scrubbing and the rubbing that your undies get on Mondays make them spotless, leave them blotless, for there's oil in soap. And our wish is that the dishes that you scour by the hour shine brightly, for rightly there is oil in soap. When you're bathing or you're shaving, I will take you and I'll make you bright as any brand new penny, for there's oil in soap.
Now here is a bad situation. This watch has had no lubrication for more than a year, and it's really quite clear it needs oil for its smooth operation.
Oh, boy.
A coating of protective wax will save this apple from attacks by hungry worms and flies and germs, and then this lady can relax. Except that she'd be filled with dread if she but knew a most ill-bred and very smug old doodlebug sits watching her from overhead. Why, there's a spot the lady missed. Such tempting fruit he can't resist. A man at last comes running fast to make that doodlebug desist.
Sack him.
When every other thing he tried, he got some oil insecticide, and with a shrug, that doodlebug curled up all 30 toes and died. Oh, the polish is a beauty and the lady's fine. And the motor oil remarked,
If she were only mine.
for it was running through his mind to ask the lady to be kind to him, and would she look upon him as her Valentine?
It's the oil in auto polish makes the finish shine, so don't you toward a lubricating oil incline.
He was smooth and most refined to, but the lady just declined to let him think of her a moment as his Valentine. Do you know of oil's connection with this lady's fair complexion? Take cosmetics. There is ample oil in lipstick, for example. Oil in all the suntan lotion that she uses at the ocean. Oil makes fingernails alluring when she gets a manicure.
Listen, Pete, this is all very well.
Who said that?
Me, out here in the audience.
And who are you?
Customer of yours, Pete. I drive a car, and there's something I want you to explain. Come on out there, Pete, where we can see you. There, that's better.
What's on your mind?
Where all the money goes. I use a lot of gasoline, and I want to know what's done with my cash.
Why, that's easy.
Now, wait a minute, Pete. Not so fast. Suppose we say I'm buying $1 worth of gas. Here's the dollar and change. Now, what do you people do with that dollar?
I'll show you. Suppose we take an average for a typical year.
That's okay with me. A typical year. 35 cents. What does that go for?
That's for production. Things like oil derricks, refineries, tank cars, pipelines.
10 cents. What's that for?
Service stations where you get your oil and gasoline.
Well, that's okay. What's next?
Labor, 28 cents. That represents one of the highest wage scales paid in American industry. And there are hundreds of thousands of families depending on that money.
There's 27 cents left. That's a lot left over. Where does that go?
Don't you know?
I don't know. I think there's a catch in this somewhere.
There is. And here it comes. Taxes. 25 cents.
Ouch!
And the last 2 cents represents a typical return to the shareholders on the savings they've invested. After all, they have made the whole industry possible. And where would we be today without oil?
We got along all right before oil was discovered.
But we've built a whole new world since then.
Yes, but just the same. Take it away and let's see what happens. Go ahead. Take it away. Back into the earth with you, Pete. Back where you came from, you and all your relations. Into the underground pools again. Go back. Go back.
We're going. You'll see what it's like without oil.
Pete! Pete! You win, Pete. This is a nightmare. Come back, Pete. Bring back the oil and let's get things going again. Oh, Pete, am I glad to see you. They're all coming back. Pete, you're a good fella. Put them back to work. We need that oil.
Okay, boys, let them have it. take it away.
Sing a song as we go. We hope that you've liked the show. And that all around here you have found here things you wanted to know. When you pack up your grip to take a plane or a ship, or a car on the highway, a plane in the skyway, oil will feed you on your trip. We hope you see what we mean. We keep you handsome and clean. We keep the fires a-burning, the wheels a-turning on every busy machine. Think what petroleum does. Think what petroleum was. It's a major triumph for men of science. Oil can do it.